and they are going to Dynamax the Azumarill. Okay, so here we go. I need this to KO. Like, +2 attack. Unless that's Sap Sipper Azumarill, which I highly doubt it is. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. The power of Dhelmise. The power of Dhelmise. That means that's so much damage. Icy Wind. Well, thanks for the weakness policy boost, I guess. Okay, so that just went perfect. We're going to knock out Dusclops here. And they just activated our weakness policy for us, so we don't have to Shadow Sneak. Thank you. And he went for... Okay, they forgot. There's no way. They must have forgotten that I got Safeguard up. So you're dead. Remember, their Prima is still at -2 special attack. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another brand new video. And today I'm going to be making a how to use Dhelmise guide in VGC 2020 Series 6. Really, I feel like Dhelmise is a really good Pokemon. Nothing crazy, but definitely nothing bad either. Not many people are running it, and I've been having some good success running Dhelmise. Currently, the highest I was able to hit with my Dhelmise team, I was able to get into top 200. I was making a run to make it into top 100, but then I just started losing, and I think now I'm like at 600, probably close to 700 now rating, because I haven't battled today, so I probably lost some points. But before I get started with the video, here is a rental code for that team that I am currently using, and it's just a Trick Room / Sun team. So we have G-Max Charizard, Heat Wave, Air Slash, Solar Beam, Protect, Solar Power ability, Life Orb. We already know how this works. G-Max Charizard in the Sun with Solar Power, Life Orb just hits so freaking hard. And now that Torkoal is gone, because of the ban, here we have Ninetales with Drought, and yes, this is Choice Scarf, boys. Heat Wave, Fake Tears, Solar Beam, and Memento. So if you guys do end up running something similar to this, you could always get rid of Memento. I don't really find myself using this move. I think I've only used this move maybe like twice. I've never really used it. But Fake Tears, yes, you are going to lock yourself into Fake Tears because of the Choice Scarf, but like, hear me out. Fake Tears with a G-Max Charizard is just insane. I've used it a couple of times. I've caught other Charizards by surprise. Like, I lead off with G-Max Charizard, my opponent leads off with G-Max Charizard, and I just go for Fake Tears and then just max Airstream and just completely one-shot their Charizard. You can Fake Tears. If G-Max Lapras is giving you problems, you can easily just lead off with Charizard and Ninetales, Fake Tears, and just Wildfire, and you're easily going to be able to one-shot that thing. Then we have Amoonguss, just standard Amoonguss, redirection support, Rage Powder, Spore, Sludge Bomb, Protect, and Cobra Berry. You can obviously switch that. I'd probably say maybe Yacha Berry is something you can try out for Amoonguss with so many G-Max Lapras, currently being used in the meta. And here's my Trick Room on. Now, I wanted to use something, something just besides Dusclops, because I'm just kind of bored of seeing Dusclops, and I'm kind of bored of using it as well. And I wanted to just try something new, so I decided to go with Gardevoir. So I have Mystical Fire, Trick Room, Imprison, and Shadow Sneak. We have the Shadow Sneak to activate Dhelmise's weakness policy. Imprison, just in case we have to shut down other Trick Room teams, so that Charizard and Ninetales could do their thing. But obviously, yes, if you guys want to use Dusclops, just use Dusclops. Dusclops is obviously way better. The Eviolite is just so bulky. But this is the Pokemon I am running alongside my Dhelmise. Then we have Arcanine here, Intimidate, Support, Safeguard, Snarl, Morning Sun, and Heat Wave. And then, of course, here is Dhelmise with the weakness policy, Anchor Shot, Grassy Glide, Phantom Force, and Protect. So if you guys do decide to use this team, let me know down below, and let me know what do you guys think about this team? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Let me know down below. So now let's get into Dhelmise. Dhelmise is a Ghost and Grass type Pokemon, and it has some pretty solid stats. 70 HP, nothing crazy, but 131 physical attack. And again, remember, boys, with the banned Pokemon, Dhelmise is a pretty solid mon now. Nothing crazy, but at least now with so many threats gone, I feel like Dhelmise can definitely do a lot better this series than it did last series. But yeah, 70 HP, 131 attack, 100 defense, 86 special attack, 90 special defense, and 40 base speed. So some pretty solid stats. Obviously with that 40 base speed, you pretty much just want to run Dhelmise with a Trick Room team, unless you want to do something crazy and run like max speed Tailwind like some people do with Amoonguss. But other than that, pretty much this Pokemon is just meant for Trick Room. Now, its ability, Steelworker, is very good. Even though Dhelmise isn't a Steel type, so it's not going to get that stab, Steelworker will increase the amount of damage of a Steel type move that Dhelmise uses. So, that is a pretty useful ability, especially when you pair that up with freaking Weakness Policy. So now, let's get into some sets. These are some sets that I made for Dhelmise. This is the one I am currently using. This is the one I highly recommend if you're gonna run Dhelmise. It's just Weakness Policy. Got the Steelworker ability. You can see it right there. This Pokemon's attacking stat is multiplied by 1.5 while using a Steel type attack. Phantom Force, Grassy Glide, Anchor Shot, and Protect. And now, at first, I was trying out Power Whip because I obviously just wanted to move with that does more damage, because Grassy Glide is only 70 base power, while Power Whip is how much is Power Whip actually? Power Whip is 120, but obviously that 85 accuracy. And the reason why I decided to go with Grassy Glide also is because you have priority. If you get Grassy Terrain up, you're going to have that priority, which is very good for Dhelmise. So even if Trick Room's gone, but you have Weakness Policy up, you have Grassy Terrain up, you're going to be able to hit your opponents with a +2 Grassy Glide, also boosted by the Grassy Terrain. So Grassy Glide, definitely the way to go. Anchor Shot, and then Protect. So this is the Dhelmise that I'm currently using. The second Dhelmise set, this is pretty much, it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing as the other Dhelmise. The only thing is that I've switched it into Life Orb. So these would probably be the only two sets I would probably run. Weakness Policy and Life Orb. Life Orb, of course, you don't have to worry about setting up your Weakness Policy. You can right away just start going and just getting damage off on your opponent and don't have to rely on Weakness Policy. But obviously, Weakness Policy is the go-to for me. But I feel like Life Orb is a very good second choice item for Dhelmise. Now, of course, when it comes to Phantom Force, there is also the, where is it at? Poltergeist. But the only reason why I decided not to go with this move is because it is 90 accuracy. I mean, that's not too bad. But it also fails if the target has no held item. So I decided to just go with Phantom Force. But obviously, if you guys want to, you can easily just switch it and use this move instead. But I think I'd rather just stick with Phantom Force because I just don't want to risk that miss, or I don't want to risk that my opponent has no item anymore and I won't be able to do any damage. Now, the next Dhelmise set is another Weakness Policy set, but this one is actually on the special side. So Dhelmise does get Flash Cannon, so you can still take advantage of that Steelworker ability, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, and then the reason why I have Grassy Glide here is if you can get Grassy Terrain up, you'll at least have some priority to get some damage off. But obviously, physical is definitely the way to go. You got to take advantage of that 131 physical attack that Dhelmise has. But at least this way, with the special attacking Dhelmise, you don't have to worry about Intimidators or Will-O-Wisp. But yeah, it's definitely better to use the physical attacking Dhelmise because you have just way more, 131 compared to 86 special attack. But if you're if you want to try out something fun with Dhelmise, this is definitely a set that you can run. Another set you can run is pretty much the same like these two, the Weakness Policy and Life Orb set. All you gotta do is just switch the item and you can give it Assault Vest. Dhelmise doesn't have that bad of a special defense actually. 90 special defense isn't too bad, so you could also just throw Assault Vest on it. But obviously, main two items I would go with are Weakness Policy and Life Orb. Now let's get into two Pokemon that you can pair up with Dhelmise. Obviously, this is the Gardevoir that I am currently using on my team. Focus Sash, Mystical Fire, Trick Room, Imprison, and Shadow Sneak, so we can activate that Weakness Policy. But if you'd rather go more standard, then that's Dusclops. Dusclops is just such a good Pokemon. That Eviolite just makes it so bulky. So we have Trick Room, Shadow Sneak, Ally Switch, and Paint Split. You can obviously change the moves on Dusclops if you want. There's always Nightshade. There's even Helping Hand. So Dusclops gets other good moves as well. But yeah, you can just try this one out with the Shadow Sneak. The only reason why I wouldn't want to run Dusclops alongside Dhelmise, I feel like that would probably make it a little bit too obvious that I probably have Shadow Sneak in order to activate Weakness Policy on Dhelmise. Because for some reason, I don't really use Shadow Sneak on Gardevoir to activate my own Weakness Policy. It's usually my opponents that activate the Weakness Policy for me. So I'm not sure it's because they're just not expecting Weakness Policy on Dhelmise. Maybe that probably change if they saw Dusclops on my team. Maybe they would probably think that it's a Weakness Policy Dhelmise. I don't know, or maybe it's just my opponents don't care and they just rather attack Dhelmise and hit it with super effective moves. But yeah, I hardly ever use Shadow Sneak to activate my own Weakness Policy. But anyway, boys, that's going to be the end of the video. Let me know down below, have you guys tried out Dhelmise? And if you haven't, are you guys going to try out Dhelmise now? Let me know down below. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again next time.